Hey folks, I want to talk to you today about why I took my blogging business away from Facebook and Instagram. I've been getting emails, I've been getting comments from people telling me they're sad I've left, all these things. So I want to come on and just break it down and explain what happened, why I did it, and also where I am now headed. So why in the world would I leave Facebook and Instagram, pull my business off of those platforms at a time when there are more people in these places than ever before? Come on, Autumn, what's up? Well, I want to tell you why I left, and I actually made a list. There was enough reasons that I could make a list. So I'm going to set it down here, and I'm going to be looking down at it and referencing it throughout this video. But the first reason I left was, let's be real, I was addicted, all right? Not so much to Facebook. I don't know why I don't like the Facebook platform. I don't find it pulls on me, but Instagram, with all its pretty little pictures and its cute little captions and everything that there was on there, I would often find when I had a spare moment, instead of picking up a book or picking up some handcraft, or instead of going outside, I would grab my phone and do a pretty little scroll through Instagram. And it became more and more and more frequent. And then I'd be like, oh, Autumn, you shouldn't be doing this. Put your phone in the drawer. We're not going to go on Instagram more than just twice a day. And there was always this constant tug of war and battle of that program is designed to suck you in. And I was being sucked in by it. I didn't like that. I didn't want my life to be lived around Instagram. And I didn't want Instagram to be my filler. If I needed to be refreshed, I wanted to do something that wouldn't just feel good, but something that would actually refresh my body and my mind. So that was the first reason. The second reason, and this is part of the reason that Instagram in particular was so addictive for me, but Facebook, this was true too. If I am putting content out there, I need to be there to respond to the questions and the comments that come my way. It's very easy to pop in 2, 3, 4 times a day when people are seeing your content at all different times, and you are supposed to respond to it. That's my job. That added to the addictive factor, and I didn't like that. I didn't like how entitled people are on social media. I didn't want people to feel like they could get a hold of me and in 5 minutes have their answer. That is not the type of lifestyle I personally want to live, and I'm not so sure it's healthy for other people either. The other reason I chose to pull my business from Facebook and Instagram is that my brain was getting way too cluttered. It's like there was a heavy fog in there from always being on these platforms. I don't know how to describe it, but there is something about going extended periods of time without the buzz of social media, without the screen in your life, that kind of levels out your brain. I feel like when it was on social media all the time, I had this going on up and down and up and down. But when you just push all that out, you get quiet, you live in your immediate surroundings, there's something that just plateaus and sort of quiets out and levels out inside of you. And I knew that because I had taken breaks from social media several times over the past year, experimenting to see whether or not I actually wanted to drop my business from those places. And the answer was yes. There was something so quieting and calming about not having the option of going to those places. And I loved that. And I wanted that for my life and my home. I've been doing a lot of soul searching and just thinking about who am I? What do I want to be? What do I want my home to be like? What do I want my business to look like? How do I want it to fit into my life, not have it be my life? And so that was one of the reasons I dropped it. Was I need my brain to be level and even and not always be filled with the clutter that comes with being on social media. Another reason I dropped it, and this actually had a pretty big pull on me, was I realized my creative energy as a blogger, as a YouTuber, my creative energy was being sucked by those social media platforms. Now, I didn't post super often to Facebook, but Instagram, I was trying to do every day to build a following. And I realized that I will go further faster and help other people more by putting that energy into my blog, into my email newsletter, into teaching and putting out the content that the people want and need. So I think the thing that really drove it home was realizing my brain only has so much creative energy in it. Did you know that creative energy actually does run out in a day? You kind of have your prime time, and then you will hit a period for the rest of the day where it's lagging. It's not there in the same vibrant force that it is initially when you get up in the morning. So at least for me, it's morning. Some people, their creative time is evening, but it does run out. It does get exhausted. You do not have unlimited resources of creativity and creative energy in your brain. And realizing that made me really sit down and think about, where do I need to put my efforts and my energy? Instagram? Probably not. Facebook? No, that's not the most effective place. So to create the business I want, to create the life I want, and to help you, I really had to sit down and think about, where does this energy need to go? And that led me to get rid of social media, combined with, this is the last reason I'm going to give you, combined with the fact that Instagram and Facebook have absolutely horrendous conversion rates to my YouTube channel and my blog. Now, my blog is my number one. I love blogging. I love being there. I love writing. I love the photography. I love building something that people can come to and read and be encouraged and learn new skills. All that stuff I love. But what I was finding, I went back into my analytics. As a blogger, you have a whole system that you attach to your website called Google Analytics. It's very normal and very common in the blogging world. But there you can track where all your traffic comes from. YouTube also has a tracking system. I can see if the traffic's coming from my blog, if it's coming from YouTube, if it's coming from Google search. And over the past 10 months, Instagram, the numbers that they brought to my blog, and I looked on my YouTube channel over the past 10 months, it was less than 40 views. Less than 40 people click through on my Instagram account to look at my blog or to look at my YouTube channel. And if you've been blogging for as long as I have, that's a horrible conversion rate. Now, granted, I didn't always do everything right. I didn't push it super hard. And anyway, I didn't necessarily follow all the updated Instagram, everything, the reels and all that. But compared to other platforms such as Pinterest, for example, that brings me tens of thousands of views in a 10-month time frame, Instagram was not worth it. I looked at Facebook, it was better. It was around 1,500 views over the course of 10 months. But compare that to Google search, the traffic that I was getting through the Google search engine compared to the traffic I was getting from Pinterest, compared to the traffic that I was getting directly of people who come directly to my site just to read what I have. They type in my traditionallife.com into the Google search bar and press enter. Compared to those people, Facebook and Instagram just had a horrible conversion rate. And that really made me be like, okay, I am not at a place where I need to just eke out an existence. My blog is growing. I'm getting more and more people all the time. And so it was time for them to go. And let me tell you, people, when I took that leap, I felt lost. I know that sounds so weird, but I think I actually went through withdrawal. Now, Facebook is not such a temptation for me, but Instagram was. And I felt kind of empty for 2 or 3 weeks not having that in my life. But then something magical started to happen. The creativity started to flow. I cannot believe what's the ideas going through my mind, how my mind has suddenly been opened up to think differently about things. Stepping away from all the voices and seeing what everybody else is doing has really allowed me to lean into who I am, into what I want to be. It's been amazing. I am so, so happy. Now, I'm not saying that I will never put my business back on Instagram or Facebook. Maybe someday if I hired somebody who would tend to all of it, I would do that. But this is where I'm supposed to be. I love the quiet that can be found in my soul when those platforms are not part of my life. I love the space that there is in my head. I love the fresh, new, creative ideas that are coming in. And I'm so happy with my decision to drop these platforms. Now, some people are asking, they're like, well, you've completely left social media, so how does that work? I haven't completely left. I do still have my personal Facebook account. I don't find that Facebook is a temptation for me, but I do like to use the Messenger app. And then I also have some cousins and friends that I stay in touch with through Facebook. So I'm willing to keep that one around. If it becomes addictive, it will go too. I'm not afraid to do that. But right now, it's fine. I don't find that I'm being pulled to it all the time. I hardly ever post on Facebook personally. So that one is still there. And then I am still on social media platforms with my blog. I'm still on Pinterest and I'm still on YouTube. Very intentional though. The ones that move the needle for me and the ones that do not pull on me, those are the ones I'm willing to stay on to help move my blog forward. So if you guys have any comments or questions on this, feel free to leave them below. But I just wanted to come on and explain. Some people are sad I've left, some people miss it. But I'm pretty confident. I'm pretty confident, folks, that they will find somebody to fill that gap very, very quickly. So now you know my story, now you know why I left, now you know the benefits I'm reaping from that, and I love the fact that I have more time to give to the blog. I'm posting more than ever before. I love being there, and I think it was a wonderful decision. That's all I have for you now, folks. If you like what you see, be sure to subscribe. And if you would like to join my email list, if you have been following along on Facebook or Instagram and you would like to jump on the email list, I'll try to leave a link below where you can go to my blog, and there will be on the sidebar, there's a little sign up where you can go. I send out emails once or twice a week. Love that I now have time to focus on that. And so you can stay in touch with me on a more daily, weekly basis there as well. All right, folks, thanks for joining me. I'll see you next time.